right, babies, it's that time again. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm following my usual routine. Starting the day off with cardio on an empty stomach so I burn fat and look gorgeous again. Woo. I was talking to my brother last night who broke up with his girlfriend. He was saying that he was asking the Lord repeatedly if he wanted him to break up with her, and he said he heard an emphatic response, not necessarily verbally, but he said it was very clear 3 times in a row that he asked him. He said yes, yes, and yes. And so after he's telling me about it, I go, well, that's good. And he laughed, thinking, why am I saying it's good? He broke up with his girlfriend. And I'm saying, because you're obeying God. It's always good to obey God. Goodness gracious, people. Why is it good? Come on. Oh, yeah. Because if a relationship isn't working, baby, there's no point in continuing it. Yeah, you can go through times, difficult times, and try to address whatever the concerns are. But overall, if you're not feeding each other life, then best to get out of it. Or at least put it on pause. You just can't keep doing the same thing, baby. Oh, yeah. And then I found out from a friend of mine that I told you I was going to watch a football game with. He's going to be moving out of town, so that's the end of that relationship. I mean, we can, of course, keep in contact with each other, but it just won't be the same. Being available to each other in person and being supportive to what each other are going through. So that was kind of a shock. So yeah, babies. My brother was telling me how there was someone he had known in the past who had stood up and gave a little teaching in a company of Christians after they had done their, kind of traditional encouragement to each other. He stood up and said that our relationship with God includes the intimacy of intercourse. And I was like, yep, that makes sense. I've been teaching that for a zillion years now. Just as the bride of Christ and her bridegroom are intimate, his seed in us creates new life, children whose names are love, joy, peace, perseverance, faith, power, anointing. There's nothing perverse about it. It's the nature of the world, right? God's creation that grows without seed in a good environment. And we are that good environment for his seed because we are his betrothed, the apple of his eye. It doesn't. We are the only ones. We are the only ones. So when people get crazy about that and they think it's perverse, it's because their own ideas are perverse. God's patterns and purpose and will and systems are all perfect. So it's something we should rejoice that we're a part of this intimate relationship where we as a corporate body are birthing the children from this union. Oh yeah, baby. In fact, if we don't have that understanding and mindset, then we're probably not really birthing much. Because otherwise you're trying to create something out of your own, almost without God. And it has to be done by a spiritual joining of the two to make the new creation. Oh yeah. So yeah, meditate on that, babies. See if that dog won't hunt. And it will. It will. And then I was telling him, I would like to just retire if I could, but I don't have money for it. So I told him what keeps me motivated every day is just to purpose in my mind that I'm going into an environment where I'm going to be able to love everyone I come in contact with, and that is God's perfect mission. And when I do that, then I'm motivated. But if I'm not thinking that, and I'm just thinking the circumstances, how many more years I have to work, the problems you have to put up with at work, it's just like you don't even want to get out of bed. So it really matters that we nurture that very mindset of God, that we are here to love. And having said that, when we look at the world and all of its confusion, chaos, and violence, what's the problem? The absence of love, sweetheart. You're saying, can nations love other nations? Well, they better. It's better than occupying them and treating them like slaves and then unleashing genocide on them. Goodness gracious. Anything less than that might be perceived as love because it's so outrageous, but love would actually mean to make choices that have the recipient's best interest in mind. That's love. And that's what God does. And that's what we do. Because that's who we are.